ideology. So how do you really see what's happening, Professor Lotran?
One thing that is quite certain is that people have stopped believing in leaders and people have started using their own brains. People have started coming up with their own judgments on what is right and what is wrong, and this is having a significant impact on these movements. Social media, the electronic means have provided people a space to become independent of known political leaders and known communicators. This is a very important thing because this particular growth was thanks to Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi had emerged as one of the best communicators in the last 10 years. He had used social media to good effect, and now people who learned from him, they are using social media to tell him what they think about the errors of the government. The government therefore needs to ensure that its communication strategies vis-a-vis people are more robust. Till now, the communication strategy of the government was mostly about either making fun of the opposition or giving out some information to promote Narendra Modi. The government has to be much more than Narendra Modi personally, and the government needs to communicate. You can see one small error which keeps on happening when people ask for the resignation of Nitin Gadkari. Nitin Gadkari has nothing to do with the E20 implementation. The person who implements the E20 is Hardeep Puri. Nitin Gadkari, however, was the one who kept on talking about E20 in meetings on Twitter, and therefore Nitin Gadkari automatically became the face of the E20 thing. Therefore, Nitin Gadkari needs to cool down, and also it's important that the government explain what is the benefit of this E20. I drive a car quite extensively. Every 10 days or so, I do about 1,000 kilometers. And my vehicle has shown no difference either in average or in the engine performance or anything in the last 7 years that I've been using that car. When I've asked people around whether they have had any problems with the petrol, they have not had problems. The problem comes when you fill up petrol from a petrol pump where the density of the petrol is 734 or 730 or something like that. So people do need to be, the grahak needs to be cautious that a petrol pump which is selling petrol which is that light, which has such less density, there's a problem with that pump's petrol. The government on its side has absolutely failed, just like it failed in the case of the CAA or the farmers' law, or even in the case of the Cockroach Janata Party protest, the NEET exam. The government had failed to convince people that it was going to do good for them. So while the government is doing good for the people, it is not able to communicate what that good is. And this absence of communication is likely to play a major role in creating problems for the government. Your big question was, will this translate into a major movement like the CJP movement was? At the moment, there is no sign that this is going to translate into a CJP-like movement. The anti-caste movement, the Reservation Hatao movement, certainly has the capacity to move in that direction. The E20 movement doesn't have that capacity. Taxi drivers and such like who are being mobilized ki Monday ko they should go and have a dharna in front of the parliament, they are not really going to join this movement. All that the taxi drivers need to be told is what are the good practices of how to maintain their vehicle well and how to ensure that it gives good mileage. At the moment, the strategy used by taxi drivers to get a good mileage is to shut down their ACs, which is completely stupid because AC makes no difference to the average in a vehicle. But that is the kind of mischief that happens if you do not communicate to people, if you do not adequately educate them. That's what I would say for the moment.
Kumar as well.